What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Broke out my Pat Metheny guitar, my Pat Metheny signed guitar. I don't know if you can see that for today's video. I rarely make videos on Pat. I did an interview with Pat 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago, I want to say. A couple things to announce before we get started. So I have a show in Sweden. There's tickets left. Next month, July 22nd at the Södra Theater. The link will be down below. For those of you that are in Sweden, come check it out. It's going to be a special show. I'm going to be playing Atlanta. This is going to be a different show than any of the other ones, too, because I'm going to have special guests that I won't have anywhere else. This would be people that are kind of, that are important to the channel. You'll know some of them for sure. That's on September 28th, Variety Playhouse. Once again, tickets down below. New York City, Gramercy Theater, October 17th. Play the Gramercy before. Great place in the city. And then in Berlin on October 28th at the Passionskirche. Oh boy, I can't. I just butchered it. Passionskirche. That's October 28th in Berlin. I've never been to Stockholm. I've never been to Berlin. I've been to New York City many times. And of course, I'm here in Atlanta. So Beato Bundle Sale. You're going to learn a lot of stuff today. So you might want to click over at some point, open up a new tab, go to rickbeato.com, and you're going to learn a bunch of chords. You're going to learn a bunch of scales, arpeggios, everything today, and how to play over Pat Metheny tunes. So the bundle is my Beato Book Interactive, which is a video course, my Beato Ear Training, my Quick Lessons Pro, more advanced intermediate guitar course, and my beginner guitar course. So those of you that are Pat Metheny fans, you know the tune I'm talking about, which is the tune James. I'm going to go down a little tutorial of how to play the song. Like a solo guitar version and everything. Most of the chord voicings, honestly, are pretty easy. The only thing is that you kind of have to finger pick it. If you want to isolate the melody at the same time you're playing the chords, so it's like basically like a chord melody. So let's just start right at the beginning here. So these chords, these first chords here are really common jazz chords. It starts at D major 7, G major 7, A over C sharp to B minor, and then it goes G major 7 to F sharp minor 7, G major 7, F sharp minor 7, and then we'll talk a little bit more about that, but let me just play this first part of the song. It goes 3, 4, rest. Okay, so that right there, if I play that part, you have to isolate. I'm going to try to see if you can see this hand. There's a little moving line that Pat does. It's actually not in the music here, but he goes. It's great. And then he does this. These are just a little hammer on. And it goes to G major 7. And then he goes to A13 here. That is the first A section. Then it does a little turnaround. Uses a G major chord here to A major. These are all really basic chords. The only tricky thing is isolating the melody notes as you're playing. Let me bring up the chart here. If you were to just a comp, do 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 do, and then do da 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 do 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 do, and I do it like that's the same as this. So C sharp minor 7 flat 5. I'm going to outline these for you. These happen so quickly that okay. Then these G major 7, that's right here, this part. Now Pat plays just like an F sharp minor triad here. Then G major 7 and F sharp minor 7. And then again. And right here, that F sharp on there. That F sharp, it says G over A. It's this chord here. Or you just play A13 or. And then you can see this quick turnaround right here. Ba, ba, ba. So it goes through the A section twice. And then the bridge. This is really a thing. When I interviewed Pat, we talked a lot about this bridge section here in the song. And the bridge section starts here, the B section. He goes. So this is A major to F sharp 7 over A sharp. Then B minor 7. A over C sharp. And then D major. And then C sharp over F. It's really D flat over F. Okay, so all these little inverted chords here, these chords, this is simply a pattern. These are all either first inversion major chords or first inversion dominant chords. Okay, so and this is, that's F sharp major, but in first inversion. Then he goes to the 7th, so it's like an F sharp 7, but in first inversion. Then B minor 7, and then this C sharp, A over C sharp, it's the same thing. And then he goes to D major. And then we go here. That's D flat over F. This is where this is really actually this is really D flat major over F. First inversion D flat. And then F sharp minor 7. And then this is E over G sharp to be like this. A major. So we're right here. And this A. So he's going you have B minor 7, then a little, you see the F natural here, little grace note, and then E minor 7, A major, A major, and then it goes to A major, and then it starts over on the last C section. Is the same as the A section and B section. There's only one change. So it goes here like this. Let me take this thing off the screen real fast. Then here. I'm going to put it back on real fast. This is the only time it changes here. So it's got the D7 to G7. As opposed to D major 7 to G major 7. Just. And he's doing this just to add color to the song, right? And then the last phrase. So that's the whole melody there. So what is this exactly? Why is this such a tricky song to play? Well, the verse part is tricky. It's all in D major, right? So there's D major, G major 7, A over C sharp, B minor 7 there. So I'm playing like a D major, G major, and then Da, 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 da. The first part is pretty easy to play over. It's all in D major. Let's talk about the chords we have in the tune. So we get D major 7, G major 7, A over C sharp, B minor 7. What I'm describing here is just simply D major. All these chords in the whole verse section are in D major. Okay, so why do I talk about these things? Why is this? Because to understand what we call diatonic harmony. Okay, diatonic harmony is just is the harmony that you have in a particular key. Okay, so in a major key there are 7 chords. These 7 chords are based off the 7 notes in a scale. Okay, and once again, all this stuff I'm talking about, not only is it in my Beato book, but it's in my Beato Ear Training course. These are all, in a way, it's a redundancy of learning the theory of this stuff. It's like, so this will teach you how to improvise on these tunes, okay? If I know the key of D major, if I know the notes in the key of D major, that's going to be D, E, F sharp. D major has 2 sharps, G, A, B, C sharp. Those are the 7 notes in the key of D major. I used to do this with a whiteboard. Now we do it with the on the iPad. Okay, so this, if I were to make these chords, the 1 chord is D major, right? So use a major Roman numeral. Then the 2 chord is E minor. That's going to be a lowercase Roman numeral. The 3 chord is F sharp minor. Okay, lowercase Roman numeral. Then you have G major, A major. So the 4 chord and 5 chord, just like a blues, are major. The 6 chord, B minor, is minor. And the 7 chord, C sharp, diminished, is a diminished triad. Those are the triads in the key of D major. Okay? When we extend the triads out to 7 chords, see, and you can see that they're based on the 7 notes of the scale here, right? If I extend those, so as we group these, I used to do this on my whiteboard all the time. So in the key of D, the 1, 4, and 5, these are Roman numerals, are major chords, right? The 2, 3, and 6 are minor chords. I love this stuff. And the 7th chord in the key has a small circle that equals diminished. Now, okay, so the bridge section is the most difficult one to improvise over. So when Pat and I were talking about this, I asked him specifically about this because most jazz players cannot improvise over this, or it's difficult for them to improvise over this and make it sound like it's like you're actually playing over the tunes. So if I'm playing over this bridge, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to arpeggiate a lot of the chords. So I went da 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 da. Okay, so da 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 da. So you can hear those chords as I'm arpeggiating them. You can hear that those are the chord changes in the song. Just by outlining those arpeggios of the chords. So it's like I'm thinking A, F sharp major, B minor, A major, D major, D flat major, F sharp minor, E to A. I've simplified them. I took all those inverted chords and made them simple triads. So there's A major, right? Then F sharp major. So I'm going A, then F sharp minor, or F sharp major, B minor. There's my B minor. Then I go to A major, then D major. You can hear all these are what we call secondary dominant chords. So most of these are, okay? And being able to outline the arpeggios like that. So A major. Anytime I play these, anytime I'm playing over this and I just simply outline the chords, it sounds like I'm making the changes. What does that mean, making the changes? Making the changes means that the listener can hear the chord changes as they're going by how you outline them. Okay, so making the changes is basically outlining the changes. Okay, outlining the chord progression. So how do you do that? The way that you do that is to take little 4-note arpeggio groups and do that. So if you are looking in my Beato book, if you go to my Beato book course, right? I have all these little arpeggios that I made them all basic triads. A major, F sharp major, B minor, A major, D major, D flat major, F sharp minor, E major, A major. So the simple outlining of the chords is what's most difficult about this, because these chord changes happen so quickly. Okay, so if I go back to the chart, when you see the chart, it's kind of insane how many different changes there are here. Let's go back and look at it. It's really an intimidating thing to look at this, right? So you got you have right here, the B section. You have A major, right there. Oh, brother, I've got that stupid thing there. A major, F sharp over A sharp, B minor, A over C sharp, D major, D flat over F, F sharp minor 7, E over G sharp, A major, A over G. So it's just, these are simply, if you just simplify them to the basic triads, so it'd be like A, F sharp, A major, F sharp major, B minor, A major, D major, F sharp minor, E major, A major. That's it. That's it. So I simply isolate the basic triads of them and then just play them. A major, F sharp major, B minor, A major, D major, D flat major, F sharp minor, E major, A major. Right there. If you can just simply play those things just like that. I'll do it again here. A major, F sharp major, B minor, A major, D major, D flat major, F sharp minor, E major, A major. You can do them really anywhere. A major here, F sharp major here, B minor here, A major, D major, D flat, or it could be D flat 7, right? And then you go F sharp minor, E7, A over G sharp, D over F sharp. So no matter where I am on the neck, I know where these different arpeggios are. So you really want to be able to have them under your fingers, okay? And then be able to hear them. Hear how these, and they're just such simple 5/1 cadences. All these things are just little 5/1 cadences, okay? And just being able to arpeggiate through them is so important. It really teaches you where the notes are on your instrument, whether you're playing the guitar, whether you're playing the piano, all these things. If you want to learn how to do this, click on the link here or click on another tab, go to rickbeato.com, $99. All of my courses are for $99 total. All 4 courses you get for $99. This is basically how I finance the channel. This is how I pay for stuff. This is why I don't take any ads with any other companies or anything like that, because I never have, and I really think it's I think it's important to not have to dilute the message of the channel, which is that that I don't want to have to do ad reads or anything like that, or have someone. So many of my friends have to have their videos approved by someone. Oh, can you do a minute-long ad read? There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I'd rather have something that you guys can purchase to improve your ear, to improve your knowledge of music theory, to learn your notes on your guitar, to learn the notes on the piano, whatever it is, to be able to learn this stuff for yourself, to improve yourself as a musician, not to do something for some other company or anything like that. And then I'm able to bring you content, musical content, interviews, all these things, while you improve yourself as a musician. If you've never played an instrument before and you want to learn the guitar, my beginner guitar course will teach you all the things from how to hold the guitar, to how to hold the pick, to how to strum chords, what the chords are in major keys, all these kind of things, right? Or if you're like, I already know how to play. I know how to play pretty well. I'd like to improve my ear. Well, this is why with my ear training course, you go through intervals. You drill them. What does a perfect fifth sound like? What does an octave sound like? What's a perfect fourth sound like? What's the difference between a major third and a minor third? What's the difference between a major sixth and a minor sixth? Is a major 7 different than a half step? Being able to recognize these things, the sounds of them, immediately by ear. I didn't have charts like this when I was learning the song James when I was in, this came out in 1982, so I was a sophomore in college. Sophomore in college when Off Ramp, the record it came out on, when I got this record. I actually knew the tune because I had a bootleg of it before that, which I still have here. The first time that Pat ever played it, I have a bootleg of the song, and it's so I learned how to play it before Pat even released it on a record, because I thought the tune was beautiful. The first time he ever did it, the gig that I have the recording of, I gotta find it here. He plays it really slowly, and it's beautiful. It's my favorite version of it that he did. On the record, he plays it really fast on Off Ramp, and I've seen Pat play this a million times. This is why I asked him about the tune, and I asked him about playing over the bridge of this. And there's a song for Bilbao that I asked him about playing over the bridge, because I love the way Pat improvises flawlessly, melodically, because Pat has such a great ear. Somebody says, Joseph says, how long did it take you to learn it? I don't know, probably took me about 30 minutes to learn it, to memorize it. When Pat played it on the first version I have, he plays the single note melody. I don't think he played the chords with it. Those moving lines there are from the recorded version, I believe, that's on ECM. Those things, so I improved. I learned those things later on when I when the record came out, Pat added these things, and probably from playing the tune, he played it for about 3 years before they recorded it. And Pat likes to woodshed. I don't know if any of you know the term woodshed, but it means to practice. Go to the woodshed and practice. And Pat is a practicer. He warms up for 4 hours before anything. Like, I should have warmed up for 4 hours today. Right there is a great warm-up exercise. What I just did, just playing the arpeggios of those chords, is a great exercise, great warm-up exercise. And a lot of times that I will take a song like that, or take a song that has a chord progression that modulates a few times. It can be a pop song, it could be a Beatles song, could be Pat Metheny song, whatever. Some song that modulates a few times, and try to outline the chord changes, because that's a really incredibly good skill to have. Not only do you want to be able to play over them, you want to be able to sing the notes as you're playing them. This is how you develop your ear. This is why you develop your ear, so that you can just simply hear the notes that you're playing. Like, what notes of the chords are you playing? So if I go da do do da da do da 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 ba 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 da do do da da. So anytime that I sing those notes, whatever notes I sing, I don't have perfect pitch. Any notes that I sing, I can play immediately after I hear them. When I went do 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 da 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 do da 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 do do da da do da da do do da 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 ba ba ba. Okay, that is a perfect example. That is called, that is ear training, sight singing there. So what I'm doing is I'm hearing the melody in my head. I know what the intervals are that I'm singing, and then I immediately apply them to the guitar. This is why you do ear training. This is why you work on your ear for years, so that you can freely, it's not just improvising and playing the notes, it's when you hear a song, you can play the song. You can learn a tune like this just from listening to it, because you know what the chord structures are. When I hear this chord, I don't know that it's D major 7, but I know it's a major 7. When I hear that chord, I know it's the 4 chord of the major 7 that I just played. And if you say, okay, that first chord, Rick, is a D major 7. Okay, well, I know that the second chord is G major 7, right? Once I'm keyed into the key of the song, I can grab any of those chords in it. And this is why you want to work on this stuff all the time. And ear training is a lifelong pursuit. This is why Pat warms up for 4 hours every single day before he plays, doing this stuff, because he's constantly reinforcing the sounds of these chords in his ear and improvising. So this stuff's really important. I mean, I stress it a lot, but it's a great skill to have. And you don't want to be part of the tutorial generation, as I call it, where you simply just watch a video on YouTube and have somebody teach you something by rote. You really want to be able to learn these things by ear. This is how you become a better musician. You practice the stuff. You work on your ear. You know the relationships between the chords that are going on in the melody. You know what note of the melody. I know that note is the 3rd of that chord. Do da. to the 5th. And I know that second chord has the 3rd. So you got 3rd, 5th to the major 7. So I know I can break it down. I can play the bass note with the melody. I can play the chords with the melody. It doesn't matter. I can reharmonize it, whatever I need to do, because I understand the relationships of the intervals to one another. And that's all this is. This is what ear training is. This is why knowing theory is important. Nathan says, Joe Pass said, learn all the triads all over the neck and then forget them and trust your ear. This is basically what I'm talking about, is learning these things by where all these things are all over the neck, or it doesn't have to be the neck of a guitar. It could be all on the keyboard. It doesn't matter. When I go to any instrument, I can do the same thing because I understand what the relationships of the notes are to one another. Okay? This is really... And this, like I said, this is a lifelong pursuit, but you can get this. You can get this. It's just practice. It's just daily drilling of these things. Anyways, I'll be in Sweden on October 24th of next month. I'll be in Sweden on July 22nd. I'm going to have to look this up again. July 22nd, next month, Södra Theater. Link in the description. Atlanta, September 28th, Variety Playhouse. New York City, Gramercy Theater, October 17th. And at Passionskirche in Berlin, Germany, October 28th. Go to rickbeato.com. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend. See ya.